In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to upload some private files to make it easier for you to insert them into your lessons. You will log into your system, so click on Private Files, and you'll see here's this similar document or a repository where you can upload your files. Now let's assume, for example, you are a maths teacher and you are doing maths for class 4 and class 6. What you could do is you could create folders for each class to put your files in. So here you've got two icons. This is a file and this is a folder. And we want to create a new folder, and we're going to call this class 4. We're going to create it. There it is. We want to create another one for class 5, for class 6, class 6, and we create the folder. So we have now 4 and 6. I don't like this view, picture view, so if you want to put it in a list, you can just go to the right to this section here and click on this icon, and what it will do is it will put it into a list for you. Okay, if you make a mistake and you want to change the name, you'll see on the picture of the folder there are 3 little dots. If you hold your mouse over that and you click on that, you can now either delete the file, you can zip the file in order to download, or you can change the name. So we're going to call it class 4 math. Are you sure you want to rename this folder? Yes, I do. And there you see it's changed. So we want to do the same for this one. Math. Okay, so now I've got my 2 folders. Now I can start adding files to this folder. But what I would like to suggest to you is, in terms of file management, you need to save your files in such a way that they order them in ascending order by date. And obviously, if you're just going to save these files as a file name, let's say you have a file that says counting in 2s, and then you've got another file that says this is counting in 2s, and you save those, but you've got 10 or 13 files in that folder. They're going to rank them in different places because it'll always do it in ascending order. So counting in 2s will be at C, and this is counting in 2s will be under T. So if you now are wanting to create your lesson, you're now going to have to search for those files. So I'm going to show you just a little trick, and this is something that you can apply to all your lessons and all the saving of your files if you are not already doing so. So what I am now doing is I'm creating my lesson, and I have on my computer, I've got a file system. So I am creating lessons for week 2, and in week 2, this is week 2 class 4 math. So I know in my repository that is that. And then I have a Tuesday and Thursday, and as you can see here already, it's not ranked correctly. Now, that's why I want to explain it to you. Thursday doesn't come before Tuesday, but because it's TH and this is TU, they're ranked like that. So what I tend to do is I add, because Tuesday is the second day, I will add a 2 in front of Tuesday, and I will add a 4 in front of Thursday. Now it ranks it correctly for me, and I can find my files easily. Now I quickly go into my Tuesday file, and as you can see here, I have 2 files that I want the students to look at. The one is going to be as an assignment, and the other one is as a class task. So they're going to be completing this in the class time. So I'm not sure which one is which one now. So I look at that. This is the one that I want to have as my class activity, and this is the one I want them to complete as homework. So I'm going to change the name of this file, and I just click on that and I go rename. And how I always do this is I do it by the date. So our class is going to be Tuesday next week, and that date will be Tuesday the 31st of March. So I'm going to name it by year first 2020, then my month, and then my day. And that now makes it easy for me to rank. If I put 31 03 2002 first, then it's going to rank it by, so it'll put all the 31. So if I've got 3105, 3107, that will rank all together. So my months are going to be mixed up. So it's better to start with year 02, or you can just do it by month. So you start, you know that you're working in 2020, so you start with 03 month 31, and then I name it. Okay, but I like to just keep the year because then I know when I'm working with. And when I name a file, I always use an underscore as a space. So I put shift and where your dash is, because some computers do not like, some operating systems do not like spaces and cannot read those spaces. This is most of the new technology you can, but I just still like to do it like that, just so that things don't get confused. So I put a space, and then I say counting twos class space activity. Now I know it's got a nice description for me. I can see clearly what's going on. Now I'm going to go that, and I can actually just copy that. You can either double click on the name, or you can right click and say rename, and then I can just copy that, copy, and do the same here, and I go paste. Just remember, you can't call it the same name because it's not going to allow you. Rename, and I want to paste that there. So this is counting twos, and this is homework. Homework activity. So now I know. Now I go to Thursday, and it's Thursday we're going to do with counting in fives. So I'm not sure what my view is. Okay, so that will be the class activity. So again, I can right click 2020. Now it's going to be 04 because it's on Thursday, and that will be 02. And this is counting fives. Class activity. Okay, and I can highlight that and copy, and now I'm going to paste this one here, paste, and this is homework activity. Okay, so now I've saved my files. Now I can come back to my repository, and it's for class 4, and I click on class 4, and now I can upload my files, and I click on the little blue button, choose file, and I search for this on my computer, creating lessons, week 5, Tuesday, and I want to upload that file. Now I don't need to change it save as because I've already named it like I want to, and I want to upload another one. So now all I go is I click on this little file number again, choose your file, and activity, upload. And now I want to do the same for counting in fives. So I click on that, choose my file, go to week 2, Thursday, and I select that one, upload, and I do the same again for the last one. So now I have all my files ranked. As you can see, it's beautifully ranked in different spaces. So from today and 2020 for this first one, and then it goes to that. And I can also change it to descending order. So if we want to do it from the latest version or the latest file I've uploaded to the earliest file, so I can do that. So that just helps me to get to the last stuff quicker. Okay. I'm just going to keep it like that. You can modify it, so if you click on this file, you can delete it, or you can change the name, and so forth. Okay. The nice thing about this is, for example, next year you've lost your files now on your system and you can't remember where they are. You can just come in here and you can download them, and it downloads the folder for you in a zip file. So let me show you. So when I go to my repository, there it is, files, math4 in a zip file, and it also my system automatically opens it for me, and there it is. I've managed to download them back onto my system. So it's a nice way to keep your content. Okay, so that is basically how we upload files in our private repositories. Nobody else can access these except for you. I save those changes, and there they are, saved now. So I can go in there, and there are my files. Or I can go back to files. If I want to go back to the top, I just click on files, and it takes me to that. So it's that little icon there, and there I can go into my class 6. But there's obviously nothing there, so I'm not going to be able to get into that. Okay, so we're not going to see any files. So you can now go and upload files into that one. All right, that is basically what I want to show you in terms of creating private files. Thank you for listening to this tutorial.